Welcome back to Wonderscope. Imagine standing in the heart of a bustling city, surrounded by nearly 100 million people, yet feeling completely alone. This strange contradiction, being surrounded by so many, yet still feeling isolated, has long been one of humanity's deepest fears. But what if, beyond the comfort of Earth, we are truly alone? What if the universe, despite its vastness, is devoid of other intelligent life? Humans have long sought answers to this question. The search for extraterrestrial life has been a driving force for many of our most ambitious space missions, from the early days of SETI to the ongoing exploration of distant planets. Yet, after decades of exploration and research, we still have no definitive evidence that life exists beyond Earth. This brings us to an intriguing question. Could there have been life somewhere else in our own solar system? Mars, our neighboring planet, once seemed to hold the answers. With its similarities to Earth and signs of ancient water, many scientists believed it might have once harbored life. But what if Mars itself wasn't the peaceful cradle for life we imagined? What if it's a cautionary tale of how life, even under the right conditions, can extinguish itself? This is the story of Mars, a planet that once thrived, only to destroy its own chance at survival. For centuries, humans have pondered whether we are the only intelligent beings in the universe. When gazing at the night sky, the vastness of space can feel overwhelmingly empty, with Earth appearing as just a tiny speck in a cosmos brimming with billions of stars and planets. The sheer scale of the universe is difficult to comprehend. The universe is a playground full of possibilities. Astronomers have spent years exploring distant stars and planets, discovering new evidence that suggests life beyond Earth might not just be a dream. As of 2022, scientists estimate that there are between 100 and 200 billion galaxies in the observable universe, each filled with hundreds of billions of stars. Many of these stars likely have planets orbiting them. In fact, the Kepler Space Telescope, which has been operational since 2009, has dramatically expanded our understanding of planetary systems, revealing that nearly 80% of stars in the universe have at least one planet orbiting them. Even more exciting, for every 5 stars similar to our Sun, there's one Earth-sized planet in the so-called habitable zone, the region around a star where conditions might allow liquid water to exist, a critical ingredient for life. Imagine the implications. For every billion stars, up to 200,000 Earth-like planets could be scattered across the universe. That amounts to an astounding 280 billion planets potentially capable of supporting life. In our galaxy alone, about 7% of stars are G-type main sequence stars, like our Sun, making it likely that 20% of stars in the entire universe could host Earth-like planets in their habitable zones. Given these numbers, it's easy to see why scientists remain hopeful. The universe holds enormous potential for life. Yet, despite these discoveries, we have yet to find any direct evidence of extraterrestrial life. The search continues, but this absence of proof raises profound questions. What is life? How does it begin? And why, on so many planets, does life fail to evolve into something complex? Perhaps Mars offers some answers to these questions. The red planet once appeared to have all the conditions necessary for life, yet it is now barren, offering a stark warning about the fragility of existence. Despite the vast potential for life in the universe, Mars reminds us how easily life can be extinguished. The search for life beyond Earth hinges on one crucial factor: the habitable zone. This is the region around a star where conditions are just right for liquid water to exist on a planet's surface. The habitable zone is not a fixed area, but varies depending on the size and temperature of the star. For a star like our Sun, this zone is not too far out, where the planet would be frozen, and not too close, where it would be scorched. Instead, it's a delicate balance. But here's the twist. Just because a planet lies within a habitable zone doesn't guarantee it will develop life. There are many factors at play, from a planet's atmosphere to its chemical composition. Even with all the right conditions, life may fail to emerge, as we've seen with Mars. Today, Mars is a cold, barren world, but centuries of scientific inquiry have revealed that it wasn't always that way. In fact, evidence suggests that billions of years ago, Mars may have had all the necessary conditions to support life: liquid water, a stable climate, and a thick atmosphere. So what happened? When our solar system was young, more than 4 billion years ago, Mars and Earth formed from the same type of material. Both planets are rocky with solid cores, ice mantles, and thin crusts. Mars was once much warmer than it is today, with evidence showing that it had lakes, rivers, and even a vast ocean in its northern hemisphere. These conditions were favorable for the development of life. In fact, scientists speculate that life may have emerged on Mars around the same time it did on Earth, approximately 3.7 billion years ago. The most compelling evidence of Mars' once habitable environment comes from its geology. NASA's rovers, like Opportunity and Curiosity, have uncovered minerals that only form in the presence of water, such as clay and sulfate salts. Satellite imagery has revealed ancient riverbeds, signs of ancient volcanic activity, and the presence of carbonates, all indicating that liquid water was once abundant on the Martian surface. Additionally, studies of Mars' ancient crust suggest that it may have had a magnetic field in the past, which would have helped shield the planet from harmful solar radiation, further protecting its atmosphere and increasing its habitability. But despite all these signs, Mars' habitability was short-lived. According to recent research, the downfall of Mars was tied to its lack of a strong, protective atmosphere. Over time, the planet's atmosphere thinned dramatically due to its inability to retain heat and protect from solar winds. This loss of atmosphere was a critical blow to Mars' potential to sustain life. Unlike Earth, which has a thick atmosphere and a magnetic field that protect it from the sun's radiation, Mars lacked the necessary conditions to keep its surface warm and shielded. As Mars lost its atmosphere, the planet began to cool, and its surface temperatures plummeted. According to scientists, the average temperature of Mars dropped from around 10 to 20 degrees Celsius to a frigid minus 57 degrees Celsius, too cold to support life. Without the warmth provided by a stable atmosphere, Mars' once flowing rivers dried up, and its lakes and oceans evaporated. The planet's surface was exposed to extreme ultraviolet rays and radiation from the sun, making it increasingly inhospitable. Yet, life on Mars may not have disappeared entirely. Recent research led by Boris Sauterre, an astrobiologist at the Institute of Biology at École Normale Supérieure in Paris, has revealed that life on Mars may have self-extinguished. Sauterre's team used climate models to simulate the conditions on Mars 3.7 billion years ago, when the planet was still capable of sustaining primitive life. They discovered that microorganisms, specifically methanogens, could have thrived in Mars' early atmosphere, which contained hydrogen and carbon dioxide. These microbes would have consumed hydrogen and carbon dioxide and released methane, a potent greenhouse gas that could have helped warm the planet and keep its surface liquid. However, over time, the methanogens began to consume all the carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, and the greenhouse effect weakened. This allowed Mars to cool even further, leading to the extinction of its microbial life. In essence, life on Mars may have unknowingly contributed to its own demise, disrupting the delicate balance needed for survival. This phenomenon, where life inadvertently causes its own extinction, serves as a stark reminder of how fragile life can be, even in the most favorable environments. The extinction of life on Mars did not happen overnight. It was a gradual process, spanning millions of years, with the planet slowly transitioning from a potentially habitable environment to the cold, barren world we know today. The loss of the Martian atmosphere, combined with the cooling of the planet, resulted in a world where liquid water could no longer exist on the surface, and where conditions became too extreme for life to survive. Interestingly, scientists have discovered methane bursts on Mars in recent years, detected by NASA's Curiosity rover. These methane plumes could be signs that some microbial life still exists below Mars' frozen surface, or they could be the result of geological activity. While we cannot yet confirm the presence of life on Mars today, these discoveries add an intriguing layer to the mystery of the red planet. The lesson from Mars is clear. While Earth is currently in a much more stable state than Mars was during its decline, the rapid pace of environmental change on Earth could eventually lead to irreversible damage. It reminds us that our actions today, especially regarding carbon emissions, resource exploitation, and environmental destruction, could one day have catastrophic consequences. Like Mars, Earth's future will depend on how we manage and protect our fragile environment. If we fail to act, We may be faced with a future where life on Earth faces its own extinction. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay updated with Wonderscope. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.